What is up, Entree fam? Welcome to the Friday Live Helpcast with me, your hostess with the mostess, Diana Gladney. I'm super pumped and excited. Today is an incredible and amazing day because we all at least woke up, which I'm excited about, if nobody else is. In addition to that, logged into the good old Book of Faces, and Alicio tagged me in a post showing we hit 10,000 freaking subscribers here in the Entree fam, and I could not be more thrilled and excited. Well, I could be more thrilled. I'm actually pretty tired right now. So when you watch this live on the replay, I appreciate you being here. From the most sincerest place I can pull from in the depths of my soul, right? I am extremely grateful. I am honored that for each and every one of you all that hit the subscribe button whenever you came along the journey, whether you just joined today or you've been rocking since the beginning when we've gone through a myriad of changes and just just constant clarity. We'll put it that way. Just constant clarity to getting to the point to where I finally found clarity and found my home in my content of helping you simplify video creation, period. Helping you simplify video creation. And so it's extremely honoring to always be in a teaching position and then to see students of yours, people that are, call you mentor and such, just really go on and do their own thing and develop their own communities, their own brands, and just really like fulfill that whole thing of taking video and the simplification of it to amplify their brand and their business. So I appreciate that. I appreciate each and every one of you. What's up, Alex? Good to see you. Saying congratulations, let's go. Good to see you, DJ Strick. Glad that you are here. Devin saying, hey everyone at Diana Gladney, or no, hey at Diana. Yeah, I read it. I got coffee. All right, we're gonna get it together. Good to see you, Devin. Allison, thank you so much. Saying congrats. I appreciate you. Thank you kindly. Chris Gloss saying congratulations, champion. Happy for you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Always. Just honored to have each and every one of you guys here. Of course, regular Helpcast rules apply. If you have any questions, things you want looked at far as your YouTube and whatnot experience, any assistance regarding that, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. So I was thinking about whether or not to do the Helpcast today, not the Helpcast today, but the 10K giveaway, and it kept fluctuating as it always does. And pro tip for any of you all, as you are growing your channels and you start to hit those milestones that unlock certain features in YouTube. So I'm wearing my different shirt today, which is the Learn and Do shirt that you can pick up at Press In. So I'll throw chat all of that stuff for where you can get this particular shirt. This is different than my actual throw this in the chat there. This is different than my actual Teespring store. So these are custom made. The Learn and Do shirts, courtesy of Andrew and Sylvia Nixon, who have the brand Press and So show some love and support to them. They actually, this came out of one of the Helpcasts that faithful viewer, member, subscriber, community member, Felicia, we were on an interview or kind of like a chat together. And she said this was something that I said that was very impactful and helpful. And they turned around and made it into a shirt. So now we have a shirt with that phrase on it. And I love it. And it's actually very comfortable. So so if you want to get that, drop the link in the chat. Andy McMillan saying, good morning. Good to see you, Andy. Saying, always learning on this channel. I appreciate it. It's Bree. Good to see you, Bree. Hey, that's from your icon. That is from the family, Fairly Odd Parents. I love watching that show. So I definitely recognize it, unless it's from one of the other similar shows, but that's what it reminds me of, Fairly Odd Parents. Good to see you, Woody, saying congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Saying you deserve it. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. 10,000 subscribers, Queen Diana. Thank you so much, Catholic Marathon Mama. Good to see you. Glad that you are here as always. So man, what I was saying before was when you, just pro tip for you guys, if you are getting close to a milestone, your first 100 subscribers, your first 1,000 subscribers, 5,000 is a great number. It doesn't necessarily unlock anything as far as YouTube is concerned, but for sure the 100, when you're able to get your channel name. And so like I could change it from the 16 character whatever nonsense name to Entree Woman TV, and you get the youtube.com/Entree Woman TV, or your channel name at 100. At 1,000 subscribers, and 4,000 hours of watch time, you get access to the YouTube Partner Program. And so that is how the ad monetization and super chats and all those things start to unlock for you at 1,000 subscribers. At 10,000 subscribers, you now get access to, and at 1,000, you also get the community tab, which to show that to you, when you go to your YouTube channel or anybody else's, and let's see here. So I want to go over here to my channel, and then you'll see this community tab pop up. They used to have the threshold at a bigger point, but now they are bringing that down. And so you get the community tab. And so now you can schedule posts and things like that. I usually post them in real time for the most part. And so like this is talking about, if you have seen the video yesterday about me talking about Clubhouse, the Clubhouse app, then I'm hosting a room tonight talking about that. And so a lot of good things that you can just add and do polls and a lot of fun stuff and just share. Even like you got an interview someplace else, like I did this one with Daniel Batal over on the StreamYard channel. And so that opens up at 1,000. And now YouTube added something else for you when you get your first 1,000 subscribers. And that's the ability to have the join button. And so up to, I think it's like $4.99 or something like that, or at least that much. You can get, have people be not just a subscriber to the channel, but like a channel member. And what you include in that channel membership is really up to you. It depends on what you're trying to do. And since that's going to be opened up to more people, you're going to start to see a lot of the channels that you're subscribed to that do have 1,000 subscribers open up channel memberships. And so they may offer, hey, we're going to have a private live stream, or you get a free sticker or a free badge or something like that when you're in the chat, that kind of stuff. And so those are the different things that open up at 1,000 subscribers. Once you get to 10,000 subscribers, you now get access to the shop that's underneath your thing. I'm trying to think who has that. Let's go to Think Media's channel. Let's go here. So, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and all the things. So, so let's go. So they just did this video today.
In this video.
All right, pause for the call, Sean. We just need to do a little demo here. A little demo. We ain't watching you today, brother. And so, I don't know. Did they turn it off? But usually on the channel, they should have underneath here, which is not, which is kind of odd. But usually, let's go to, what's his name? Daryl Eves. Daryl has it. So I'm trying to show y'all the shop thing. I just want you to understand like what you have access to. These are kind of long, so something short-esque. Anybody today, next week, next month, anybody want to? All right, maybe not. We'll just go to Teespring's website and we'll be right back after these messages. Like seriously, nobody want to show their stuff today. But anyway, I just want to, so that you guys can plan accordingly. Like as you're building out your business, you're thinking about what it is that you want and how, not just you want to monetize, but even like in tonight's call on Clubhouse, I wanted to start diving into, okay, how do you begin to wrap your business around the videos and the content that you're doing? So it really shouldn't matter what the subscriber number is, how many hours, and if you're getting money from the YouTube Partner Program or not, but you can start to plan. That's why I did the shirts well in advance of 10,000, because I wanted to have already been talking about it for these many months, long before you actually have it open. Now it wouldn't be the first time like, oh yeah, by the way. It's like, no, y'all have been hearing me talk about the merch store. You've been seeing me wear the shirts. So even if you haven't paid attention to it, it's like now it'll start to click, because if so that you know when you're building out your channel, just because you say something or you're wearing something consistently does not mean that they heard it, your audience heard it, or they like, it's some people that say, oh, I didn't know you had shirts, I just thought those were yours. Like, so just because you said it doesn't mean that they heard you. And so it has to be kind of constantly reinforced, if you will. But let's go over to Teespring so y'all can start planning out and like really building your business around your stuff. Like, think ahead of what you're wanting to do. So let's go over here. So this is Teespring. Let me scroll up to the top. So Teespring, this is why I did my merch through them versus somebody else, because when we start looking at, let's go over here. Let me just blow this up a little bit. So what I was looking for underneath the video was this area here. So you'd have the video on YouTube, and then you would have the merch shop where you can scroll through on YouTube to see that channel's actual merchandise. So that way, when you play the video or something like that, you've been maybe watching several of their videos or whatever, and you're like, oh, I really like that, or it's a shirt that kind of speaks to you, or a mug or whatever. So it makes it easier for your community to support you or actually just get stuff that they want. So a lot of things now, more so than before, are opening up at 1,000 subscribers. And I think another thing is something like mobile live streaming without having to do any workarounds and stuff like that at 1,000. And then 10,000, like I said, it opens up more stuff. 100,000 and so forth opens up more things. So let me go through the chat before I lose myself. Press and Sew, we were just showing the website for the shirts. Good to see you, Andrew and Sylvia Nixon. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Chris saying, what's the best way to contact YouTube to unlock features? Twitter. It is going to be Twitter's YouTube, like either like the YouTube community or whatever, but you can kind of search. But let us go over to the Twitter sphere. And let's see, because I'm trying to remember what they are. But Twitter is honestly, for any company, email is going to be the slowest. And then you want to get in touch with YouTube creators. So let's go over here to Twitter. So when you are up here, you can just click on the search and it's at YouTube creators. Either YouTube creators or just at YouTube themselves, which you literally just type in YouTube and you'll see who comes up or whatever. And so you can at them and say, hey, you know, it's been 3 months since I crossed 1,000 and I got all the checks and all the verifications. When am I going to get whatever, obviously within the character limit? And that kind of prompts them to go. And the reason why, and this honestly will work with any company, especially it's really hard to get in touch with companies via email, or it takes a longer time to get to a reply, because it's just like you standing in line or whatever, and nobody kind of sees you, versus like the person that's causing a ruckus in the line. Not so like that's a bad thing, but it's just like, hey, when the hell are we going to get our French fries or something? That person gets attention immediately because it's a flag. It stands out. And so when you're trying to communicate with companies, Twitter is actually the fastest way to get in touch with them or get a response, because the longer they let that sit there, the worse it looks and the more virality that something has when it becomes a problem. And then it's just like, oh, so I guess Best Buy is ignoring the fact that they're double charging everybody, kind of a deal, if that was a thing. So that's what I would say, Chris. Carmen, good to see you, saying congratulations on your accomplishments. Why, thank you, my dear. So appreciate that. Saying so excited for your Clubhouse session tonight. I am too. Clubhouse is dope. Clubhouse is that deal. I'm trying to tell you. Saying congratulations. Thank you so much, Nedra. Good to see you. Yellow, everyone. Congratulations. Good to see you, Nola. Glad that you are here. DJ Aviation does. Oh, has the channel thing. Yeah, I don't know. It could be because my screen is just kind of shrunk down. I don't know. But like I said, Teespring kind of did the job to show the illustration or whatever. So the other people, they did have it before. They could have turned it off. But it just depends. But that's the thing. It's like, so if you are trying to build out a channel or something like that, and you're thinking about what things you want to do to kind of, you know, get some merch going, get some other income going for what you're doing, it's important to think about stuff like a merch shop. Think about whatever. And it's not, and if you notice, none of the shirts, like if I go to my merch store for Teespring, which you go to diana.link/shop if you want to check that out. None of this stuff is male or female specific unless it's specified. Like, I mean, you can be a man and put those on if you want to, but it's not like it's I guess maybe that would be, but there are some shirts that you can pick that's like more like a women's classic tee, but most of these are unisex shirts or whatever, unless, like I said, it's specified. But none of this stuff is really, it doesn't say Diana on it, other than these shirts that say Learn and Do, then those are awesome. But they are like video creators, it's something that you can get behind. Or proud graduate of YouTube University is a shirt. Coffee, Record, Repeat, that's a shirt, and hoodies, and then the mugs or what have you. But it's like, it's nothing that necessarily says Entree Women TV or whatever. It's more or less things around a shared belief or shared interest or something like that. That way you can increase your income when it comes to merchandise profits. Because if I just put Diana Gladney, Entree Women TV or whatever, first of all, nobody would know what they're looking at when they see that. And it's like only something you and maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. So, I mean, that's fine after brand authority has really been developed. However, we're not there yet. So the best time to really, or the best way to kind of increase your income when you're talking about merchandise at a smaller brand scope, if you will, is to make things around a shared belief. Yeah, you can have some things, but make sure it's around what people want. For example, there are different people that have their channels around all kinds of stuff. Like, you can throw in the chat what your channel is about, and that will also help with examples. But if you are an athlete, and you can say never wear the same socks twice, or something that all of y'all know that are runners or whatever. It's just like, I never take this out my gym bag or whatever, whatever the case is, whatever that shared belief or something. When somebody sees it, they laugh and they're like, yeah, me too. And so anytime you're trying to do something, you want to have that kind of like me too factor. And that's something that always helps. Kola Smith TV, good to see you. Saying hi, watching from Jamaica, all the way from across the water. Good to see you. Saying, I have been seeing the shops today. Yeah, that's, what, it's, like I said, I guess it just depends. Could just be me on desktop right now. But I don't know, it usually shows up, but I guess so. Simplistic Innovations, good to see you. Saying congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Saying, is sub for sub a good way to grow your channel? No, it's actually the worst way to actually grow your channel. And it's a good way to get your channel deleted by YouTube, honestly. So here's the thing with that. And even like in Clubhouse, like that's showing up and like, hey, let's do a follow for follow. Let's support each other. And it's just like, yeah, no, because what happens is this. I can say that I'm going to follow Lola's channel. We're going to do the sub for sub stuff. But she has zero interest in anything that I'm talking about. And I have zero interest in anything that she's talking about. Past that one bump in the number showing a subscriber and maybe the one video that they watch to check and see what you're doing, and they passively hit the like button. One, it's 30 seconds or not even 30 seconds, probably 8 seconds or less that they actually watched the video and then they left. And so your click-through rate slightly improved on that one video, just literally off that one metric. They hit the like button. Okay, that's a positive signal. You left it 3 seconds into the video. All of that just now becomes null and void. You never come back. Now this is a horrific situation, because what happens in a sub for sub situation is pretty much just like that. And you now have a dead subscriber that is never engaging with your content. Equally as horrible as the sub for sub is having family and friends subscribe to you that still are doing those same behaviors. Because now we have, it's like cooking a huge dinner for 12 people. And you're the only person eating, and now you're left with all this food, and it becomes a waste. And you've not only wasted your energy and the amount of stuff that you put into making the meal, that meal is now wasted because there's no way that you can eat a serving set for 12 people. And so now that food, it's like that food constantly sitting out and rotting over time, and it's just getting worse and worse, and the house is smelling worse and worse. And you try to put new food on top of the old stuff. It just is a horrific situation. So never do sub for sub. Honestly, never ask your family and friends to subscribe out of sympathy, because they're never going to watch. And so you just have dead subscribers, and you can have 1,000, and of those 1,000, 2 people are found you through an interest and they subscribe. Everybody else is just there. Also equally as bad, and is a very horrific situation, also subject to channel deletion, is buying bots. Let's go to Fiverr real quick. Because people do this stuff out of desperation. It's like, man, I really want to grow. I want it. Or just throwing money at ads. This is the entrepreneur's way of sub for sub. I get this question every time I'm doing a business workshop or something like that. And they're like, oh, well, what if I just pay for ads and stuff like that? No. No. YouTube subscribers. It's like, you can throw as much money, but how much money do you have to continuously do that? So let's go to Fiverr. You go to Fiverr, and all these people are saying, yeah, I'll grow your channel, and I'll help you mine $50. I'll provide monetization. I'll do this and that and whatever. Okay. Right. So for $50, we're going to get and pay for 10,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers. People even do this on Instagram. It's a desperation move. That ultimately hurts you. And here's the thing, no, you can't even hide that. There's already a level of attrition as well between people that have an interest, they come for a little bit, or they learn what they need to learn and then they leave. That's normal. Some people come, they forget they're subscribed, and you're uploading more, like I'm doing Vlogmas, and now they are like, dang, I forgot I was even subscribed to this channel. I keep seeing this person come up. I don't need this no more. Or you know what, I decided I'm not buying a camera or doing YouTube at all, so I'm out. So there's some levels that are of normalcy of attrition, of people just normally leaving, and that's good because you want those people to leave. But you also equally want to be doing good activities to do it. There's no substitution for work. So just to make that clear for everybody, you know, if you're trying to grow your channel, dumping money on ads is not going to help you. Dumping money on just to do it, you know, it still requires work. It's no substitution for work. Saying, yeah, I caught you live. Hey, Diana, good to see you. Danielle, glad that you are here. Saying Andy McMillan podcast. Wait, whoa. Let me scroll back up. Okay. Simplistic Innovation saying, I am hooked on tell me about it. I wake up and I'm like, all right, let's get this thing going. It's like, it's better than podcasts. It's better than podcasts. I mean, I'm not going to go off on a tangent right now on it, but I feel you. I stayed up for the fireworks last night. Alicio played them knowing you would hit it. And thank you so much, Paul. That clip that Alicio did I was just completely floored because I got into the group late to watch the replays. And if you all aren't doing Vlogmas, then you don't know what I'm talking about. So this is in the Facebook group on YouTube. And so Alicio, Way the Third, did like this. It's just super nice. It was super dope. See if I could probably pull that up. But yeah, I'm honored, really. So I don't know if this is, Andy, need some more context there for your podcast. So let me know. Saying that's a great analogy. I'm cool, so that makes sense. Okay. I'm a cook, so that makes sense. Okay, got you. Saying, yeah, bots. Bots. Saying, do not buy views, do not buy subscribers. No. Yep, absolutely. Saying, do you think you can successfully grow posting consistently once a week? Yes. I mean, you're here, aren't you? It worked. I got you here. You know, it's like, but here's the thing. It's not just the posting once a week or whatever, because there's a lot of things that as creators, you find yourself doing weird things. And every time I'm doing channel reviews or every time I'm in a consultation or whatever, even if they're a couple years into creating content, I always see that weird phase of stuff that happens on the channel. Nobody's really exempt from that. Even with mentorship, nobody's exempt from at some point they start doing weird stuff on their channel trying to force the growth. So yes, you can grow successfully posting once a week, because it's not just the posting once a week that's done. It's like, what are you learning between posting? What are you learning your community about your community in the content that you're posting? How are you making shifts toward what you share or what you don't share, or you know what I'm saying? So, and so it's like, it's so many more things to just the upload. You know what I'm saying? It really is just more than that. And here's the thing, YouTube themselves have their own channels and they post once per week. And then they may do a live stream or something like that occasionally, not even occasionally, they're doing it more consistently. And they built their YouTube creator's channel from scratch. And they go and see, well, we see that you guys really don't like that, or they have to go through those same exact things, and they are YouTube. So, and they honestly don't even leave anything under the, like they're very pretty much open about what works and what doesn't. But most people kind of quit because they realize how much work it actually is. And when you do weird stuff in your videos, then people leave. So like it's 18 of y'all on here right now. If I just sat like this, turn the music off, and I'm just like, just looking up stuff on the internet. We're gonna wait for a few more people, and then we'll get back to the live stream. How long y'all gonna sit there? Like, y'all already was probably like, example over, this is boring, I'm out, I'm leaving. But people start their streams off weird like that. Hey everybody, all right. Or they're just weirdly off, looking off. Gonna wait for a few more people. Y'all aren't important. Waiting on a few more people. Like, seriously? And then they do it, and then like the camera's wobbling the whole time. So, case in point, forgive me on this one. So this is now, and this is what we're seeing the whole time. All right, y'all, welcome to the stream. We are here. Like, it's an earthquake, because it's just like, so mine is on an arm. That's why I was able to shake the table. But it's just like, you do weird stuff, and somehow we think, oh, that's fine. Is good enough, and want people to subscribe. It's just like that. It's never going to happen. So you can grow absolutely by posting once per week. I only occasionally would post twice per week if it was something I was ready to get out on the channel, something that was important to get out based on the timing. Need and timing always is a factor on the video. So even when I worked, I would post once per week. If I got sick or I wasn't feeling well, people noticed. Like, hey, I get those DMs on Instagram. And I wasn't even that active then on Instagram. You all right? Like, everything cool? You know, it's just like, you ain't post this week, and you ain't post last week. Well, you know, even the live stream. If I couldn't post a video, I'm like, come in on the live. You know, so the thing is like, you just can't be doing weird stuff. But you can absolutely grow. You can absolutely grow and grow successfully. There are some people that post once per month, and their channels are far greater than mine. So exactly, it's like people who buy the followers and they have no engagement. Yep. What's going on? Good to see you. Glad that you are here. Saying, what's up? Good channel. Keep it up. Thank you, Quan. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Saying, sorry, I thought you asked for people to post their podcast. My bad. No, I said you could post like what your channel was about, but this is all good. No worries. Now we all know. Go to the Andy McMillan podcast. No, I'm just kidding. Saying, no one has invited me to the Clubhouse. How, Sway? I don't know, because they only give you one. So you got to have an iPhone. You have to be invited. And just don't screw up your username like I originally did. And thankfully they saved me, because it's just at Diana Gladney now. So ask weird people. That's the best advice that I can tell you. If you're trying to get in the Clubhouse, you reserved your name and all of that. Ask weird people. That old high school friend that you used to have and used to hang out with, just send them it's just quick. It's just like, hey, you got a Clubhouse invite? All right, you got a Clubhouse invite. Like, copy and paste that to the least likeliest person and the most likeliest person. The people you think would have a Clubhouse invite don't, because they already gave it away. And those that you don't think to ask, more than likely are the ones that probably have one. I had somebody say yesterday to me that they had somebody that was like an old high school friend. This person got like kids. It's we years past removed from high school. You know, so check, ask. Doc Rock, I'ma be here. Good to see you, Doc. Doc, hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling better at least. See, I'm new to the YouTube lifestyle, so I don't know what Clubhouse is, but we'll learn. So that's the video I was talking about yesterday. It's an app that's this audio only app. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on it today, but I don't think I have my cable in here to hook it up to my computer. Nor do I have it to do NDI through. But let's see here what I could do. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it right now. But yeah, just check out for the video I did yesterday about it. Give you a little bit of insight. At least. Saying, OMG, the movement of the camera. I'm telling y'all, people do that stuff. They do that stuff. Saying, there are deep dive channels that post heat once per month and are killing it. Their production value is insane, though. That's the thing. It's like, it's those people that post once per month and do extremely well. they're putting a lot of work and a lot of time. It takes that long to produce that piece of content, which is why, you know what I'm saying, it's like people are waiting. They'll patiently wait to see what they actually create because they know that time is well invested. And here's the thing with a lot of shows that we love, those shows actually take the same amount of time to produce, is even with working with a team. But you see and have those episodes ready because they started recording like a year earlier or 6 months earlier or whatever. It's usually more than 6 months. It's like a year in advance so that they can schedule and promote and get through the stuff and watch the replay and let's go through edit. Let's go through a revision. Let's post it. Let's check it. Like it's so many phases. Same thing. But you know, if you're just learning YouTube, that consistency helps in a lot of different ways. Miss Finance, good to see you. I don't know why her Lola's your stuff came up. Saying hi Diana, your channel is awesome. Why, thank you, my dear. I so appreciate that. Doc saying aloha. Saying yes, I reserved and everything. I have to reach out to my entrepreneur friends. Yes, I'm telling you, but reach out to old high school people. It don't matter how close you are, just ask them. It's just because sometimes people have it. They aren't really trying to do anything with it. They're kind of lurking. May not intend to really do anything with it. And so that invite is just sitting there and they don't have anybody to really give it to or whatever. So ask. That's what I'm saying. Like ask. It's nothing wrong with asking. Dean Reynolds, good to see you. Saying the homie Diana, good to see you. Glad that you are here, Dean. Saying nobody that I haven't heard from in 10 plus years need to be. And that is legit. Listen, I just said, you know, hopefully y'all had some kind of, you and a friend from back in the day. But that I'm telling you, it's just, the Clubhouse invite is okay. All right. Because it's not somebody asking you to donate $1,000 for something that you don't even know is a legit something or not. Like, I get it. It's no different than it's like everybody, when they really, and here's the thing, it's phases of stuff. And so like when I first quit my job, I'm a fool, especially like in other people's eyes. Then the years while it's like, okay, well, let's see if that lasts any longer. Now it's the pandemic. They like, man, you still thriving. How? Now it's at a point to where it's solidified and it's like verified in their mind. And they like, okay, so maybe now you can help me with whatever. And it's just like, yeah, stay over there with all of that. Keep that same, what did the post on Instagram say? Keep that same energy. So I understand when you say they should be asking you for nothing. I understand. But it's an invite is an invite. It's different for some of this other stuff. I saw Ricky Smiley, the comedian, go off because, you know, he did a lot of stuff with Omega Sci-Fis and all that stuff. And he cursed some folks out, not specifically. He said, let me tell you something. He said, just because you and Omega Sci-Fi and just because of whatever you doing, or he said, stay out of my inbox. Stop asking me for stuff. He was like, if I see something that you're doing, he said, I give a lot on my own. Just put in the work. He said, but y'all will start something today and then be asking me for $10,000 today also. So Ricky Smiley, he went off and it was funny, but he shared, it was a really interesting quick live stream that he did on Facebook. He was talking about that subject, but he also said he did the same thing back in the day to Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey I guess he was already on doing his stuff. Everything was still going well for him. And I think it still really is. But I guess he just really, was getting peaked into that. I'm not just a comedian. I'm a businessman, getting into more entrepreneurial things for real. And everybody accepting and seeing him in that way. He got Ricky Smiley his morning show. And Ricky was blowing him up about something. And he said, Steve Harvey answered the phone and cursed him clean out. He's like, what else do you want me to do for you? Do I have to spoon feed you everything? I got you the show. Work and build your own stuff. Don't call me no more. And he said he hung up on him. He said, then I had to go and sit and reflect on my actions. And so he said that taught him a valuable lesson. So I understand when you say it's people that shouldn't be asking you for nothing. I understand. You said like a Casey Neistat. Yeah, Casey Neistat. He been a filmmaker long before YouTube though. Hey, Dev. Oh yeah. So low. Sorry. Not, okay. Y'all talking. All right. So saying yeah, I hate that. Saying, do you know, Danny? You know, I'm telling you, it's the funniest thing. I'm telling you, it's like when in the public's perception, what you're doing becomes more acceptable or whatever. Because when I quit, I don't even remember how many subscribers I had. I probably could find out, but I don't remember how many subscribers I had. But like I was talking about in the video before yesterday's video, so day before yesterday, it was interesting because even when I hit 200 subscribers, I'm extremely grateful. I'm pumped because I knew how much it took to get 30. You know, so once I got to 100 and then I got to 200 and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. You know, so I'm like, because it's just proof of concept. But it's like at that point, like somehow it came up that it was like, I guess it became known, not that I was ever hiding anything, but it was just like, oh yeah, she got a YouTube channel. Okay, when people hear you got a YouTube channel, they think and they expect that it should be like, I don't know, at least 500,000 or something like that. Like that, like if they just hear that you have one, don't matter when you started it, they just assume, well, if it's not at least 500,000 or more, then you ain't doing nothing. So at that point, like I said, I had 200 and had just hit 200. So when it became like, oh, like that's it, like, oh, okay, so you basically you have nothing. That was the kind of vibe and the energy around that kind of response. And it's just like, it don't matter when it comes to what people kind of think about your levels of success or failures, because they are not a part of the process. They don't see the full vision. So any progressive steps made in success and in pursuit of the vision, they aren't going to see value in them, even the beginning ones. So it's like that's why you can't listen to what people say, because most people don't even have a vision for their lives. So when you take steps towards yours, it seems ridiculous. And in the grand scheme of things, for a lot of people, it's still not, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I have a business. So that's why I was like, I really don't care what the number is for even when I quit it, just like, I got a business. The videos produce quality views. Quantity is great. Quality is great also. But what pays the bills? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of got to separate that a little bit. So let's see here. Let me scroll back through. It's so hard. Like once the chat get going, it's a wrap. Dean says, oh, by the way, I watched your Instagram live on Clubhouse, signed up, and a girl who I haven't communicated with in years invited me. Yay, thanks to Diana. See? It works. No worries, saying Dean, I'm jealous. See, you better ask that old high schooler. See, exactly. You get the eye from people, and they don't get it. Listen, it is what it is. Jared saying, I just subscribed to the pro version of Ecamm Live. I'm having trouble sending a clean audio signal from my microphone and DAW into Ecamm. What are you using, Jarrett? What exactly are you using? And then too, it's like, yeah, sometimes you probably need to go through a little bit of tutorials depending on the kind of setup you may have. Saying my interface includes loopback. I'm either getting feedback or audio doubling. Okay, when you are listening to stuff and you're testing it, do you have headphones in? And like want to test like the setup or whatever, especially depending on the setup. Doc, that's in the chat, if he's still here, he's talked about this and he's done several trainings on those kinds of setups in the Ecamm Live community group, and like walk you through and show you the actual steps and whatnot. So I would check the Ecamm Live Facebook group to go through there and watch one of the video tutorials that's in there that'll actually walk you through setting that stuff up. He'll show the screen for loopback and all of that. So I definitely check that out. K-Walk Comedy, good to see you, Kathy. Glad that you're here. Saying, guess what? Some fool just left on the principal's desk. Saying white chocolate. They say I may have to issue a suspension. For those of you that do not know, on this channel there's a recurring theme of people that adore dark chocolate, which is completely against all beliefs over in this house, because white chocolate is superior, to the point that Kathy is one of those dark chocolate enthusiasts. For whatever reason, she has not been delivered, but we're praying for her. But so what's interesting is TubeBuddy was kind enough to send me some chocolate, and the pieces that are missing were the white chocolate ones. These other dark chocolate regular, yeah, these are going to be gifted. I would eat the regular one, but I'll leave that one for my mother, and she can enjoy that one. Well, no, she's not going to like it. My dad may like it. But either way, the dark chocolate ones, I appreciate the gift. I ate the white chocolate ones. So, Kathy, you need to eat that white chocolate and enjoy it. Doc saying he's here. Yeah, so Jared had a question about the audio interface, including loopback, and he's getting feedback or audio doubling. If you got a link to one of those videos that you did on there, I know you talked about it quite a bit, but I would honestly, Jared, I would say go to Facebook, to the Ecamm Live community. It's not like a private group or nothing like that per se. Join, and like it's a lot of tutorial videos and stuff like that in there. Even on their YouTube channel, that's more or less when you start getting into more complex setups and stuff like that, you really need to go through those tutorial videos. I'm pretty sure that they have quite a few on there for various setups, from the Rodecaster Pro, other audio interface stuff like that. So really check that out, and especially using like loopback. Danielle saying, Diana, can you please tell us what type of cord I need if I want to hook my G7 up to my computer to do a live streaming? It's not a cord, you need a capture card. And so honestly, I mean, you can get these little cheapo one whatevers from Amazon. Like I have one, it'll work. And they are not expensive. So these are basically from like that's a little bit more expensive. They finding themselves, ain't they? So not that one, but this one is fine. This is fine. So basically, one of these little $15 capture cards will get the job done, and that is an HDMI on the end where it says input. Okay, depending on the kind of connection that is on the Panasonic G7, you will need to go ahead and connect that up via HDMI and make sure it fits your thing. So that's why I recommend the L-shaped cable. That comes from what is it, C-Dream? I think it is. And so when you L-shaped HDMI cable. So what I'll do, uno momento por favor. I'll drop these in the chat because you need the capture card, and then you also need, which you can get the Elgato Cam Link, but that's the first part is the capture card. The second part that you need is you're going to need the, let's go to C-Dream L-shaped. I think it should be micro HDMI cable, if I recall correctly on there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So one of these, so that it fits. Well, actually, I go with the second one, because that way it don't matter how it fits in here. Well, not that one. It's the second one that they had. It's like an L-shaped. That's why it's not in the way of anything. This will work. Either way, this will work. Here we go. So this one right here, drop you the link for that. All right, I'll drop that over. But that's the one that you need. So that way you connect the HDMI part of the I'm saying this slowly and it's sounding worse. Micro HDMI goes into the camera. Connect that cable to the capture card that goes into the computer. End of story. Just make sure you go through whatever tutorial to make sure that you have that clean HDMI enabled. And that's pretty much it. So if you're trying to do that, but I mean, I don't know why you're using the Panasonic G7, but that's neither here nor there. Danielle, we've talked about this. No, just kidding. So hopefully that helps. Saying came to congratulate on 10K. Thank you so much, Betty. I so appreciate you so much. So thanks so much. Saying thank you. I have headphones. I'm using the Evo 8 audio interface by Audient. All right. So, yeah. So I would definitely say, Jared say I boxed my Evo loop back, got on my nerves. I use loop back. Yeah, I think we talked about this already. Yeah, you asked this question. It's been a long time ago. I think now maybe a couple months. But I recall you asking that question, I think, or somebody very similar asked a similar thing. And it's just like, so I think it's like when you're using loop back and one of the other devices that you had, it was, they're conflicting, which is why it's causing a problem. And so just like Doc was saying, like he got rid of the Evo, because it was getting on nerves, just use the loop back. So, and use that specific route versus introducing this other piece, which is why, yeah. So we already talked about this because this, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I would definitely say you need to 86 something, get rid of something and just use the loop back and keep a simple setup, because trying to introduce too many different parts, some of this stuff, all these things ain't compatible. And some of these things do introduce problems that you now are trying to create solutions for. Sometimes it's best either to get rid of it altogether and find a different option, just like Doc is saying, just use loopback and screw the other piece. Or, you know, maybe get something better, Rodecaster Pro or something like that along those lines. It depends, but yeah, so I do recall we had talked about that already. Saying they called me white chocolate. Okay. Now we have an official spokesperson for white chocolate. Saying, oh snap, I missed the 10K party. I will have to eat that white chocolate on my desk in celebration. We haven't done it today. I was going to do it today, but it was too short a notice because it literally just happened this morning. And then next Friday is Christmas. The Friday after that is whatever. So either way, I'll just put it, I'll schedule it out so that, because here's the thing also, I don't wait like a month and 3 weeks and all that extra other stuff to send stuff out. If you won today, you confirm it today, that stuff goes out tomorrow. Okay, Christmas is here, and Christmas stuff, people are already getting their packages and stuff lost. I feel really bad if I sent something out and somebody's getting their stuff lost in the mass of holiday shopping stuff right now. And it's like pandemic-ish shipping times already as well. So, I mean, I'm trying to get after that Christmas day deal. So, whatever day it is, I'll just schedule it and y'all will see that. But today would have been a rush. And honestly, I just don't feel like it today, completely honest. I'm just tired. Shoot. I'm tired. I'm no excuse. I'm tired. So I'm like, this is enough today. I'm going to get through today, take a rest. And yeah, so even like Vlogmas, I'm cheating. Today is Vlogmas day 18. I did the live stream. Merry Christmas. Shoot. But I might still do something. I got another video in mind. So, but yes, eat the white chocolate anyway. Danielle said I don't have a Mac. What does that have to do with switching the camera? So, yeah, this not the cable and stuff is not Mac specific or anything. The G7 and the HDMI capture card and whatever, that's just connecting it up. You don't have to necessarily have a thing unless you want to switch to Ecamm Live, which is the best live streaming software there is. So that's the one I have. Yeah, that C-Dream cable is amazing. So Kathy's saying, still struggling with lighting, school at home. I'm happy at home, but need some low cost and not too obvious choices for school. So Kathy, when we take a look at your channel, let's go over there and take a gander. Year of APN dangerously. So in looking at your videos, let's go to all right. So I'm just trying to see if you have a part where you are outdoors. Nope. So let's find the video where you were. Now, Kathy, you know better. You've been on these streams long enough. Okay, let's reframe this so that it's legible. And we need playlist things. All right, especially now you're doing Vlogmas and stuff like that. You got plenty of content that should be in playlists. No excuses, Kathy. Now who's going to the principal's office? So let's go to, so this is school. So I remember this video from when you talk about lunch. So here's the thing. Sometimes and in some scenarios, it is really hard to control the lighting because you have to work with what you got to work with. And that is like, at that point, you need to go into not studio thinking, control the settings in a way kind of mode. You want to think more so of a vlogging aspect kind of a mode. The best thing that you can do is set the white balance. And once you set the white balance and you lock the brightness, even on a phone, even your basic phone features, it has those in there to lock the white balance so it doesn't constantly change if you're getting clouds and then the sun comes out and then clouds and whatever else. So at that point, like even if you're on the go, these quick shots like you have here, and I'm sorry, I'll get that off your face like that. Oh, that's the worst one. There we go. Or something like that. Those pauses. But yeah, it's like, so if you're in a situation like this where you can tell it's the ceiling light on because all of this is even. So I can tell with those fluctuations though that in this video, like as you move, the auto exposure is changing or whatever. Once you get in a situation like this, it literally is just taking a pause to make sure that it doesn't adjust like that. Even when you go outside, which I know at the end, not at the end of this one, it was one at the end of one of your other videos where you were saying it was like the Prius, something like that. Yeah, here we go. So when you go outside, again, the camera's going to expose, or the phone's going to expose for you. It's fine because you're in a situation, it's changing. I could tell from just even seeing this video, you had your shoulder bag on, it's heavy, you're trying to walk and carry all this stuff. I get it, and because I've been there. And so when you have it like that, at that point, it's just kind of like you got to go into capture the content mode. It's not like, it's okay at that point to run it in auto because it's, for the most part, it's not going to shift as much at that point. But anytime you can, when you're in those indoor situations, even if I walked into this room, it's not going to look like that. And even today, I'm using like automatic white balance, but you can lock the white balance. So I'm like, this is fine. I'm not finna do no whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna lock it because that's a feature that you have either on your camera or on your phone so that it doesn't change. So it doesn't matter what happens with the window lighting. And y'all saw in plenty of streams, especially that 5-hour stream, it's one light temperature. The constant light in the room hasn't changed, but as it starts to get darker, then you'll see me like, oh, let me turn the brightness up or something like that. But the white balance, I can change that myself, but it will stay the same because it's locked. So at that point with vlogging, if you're using your phone for that, or whether you're using a camera, either way, lock the white balance, lock the exposure, or set those so that it just stays at the one number, and then it doesn't change on you. So that's a great way to do that. Oh, we got a super chat from Dr. ELO. Appreciate that so much. Saying just came by real quick to tell you congrats on the 10K. Back to modding the LSP live stream. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. ELO. I appreciate you for that and all that you do. Just thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go through to chat. Saying, okay, I'll definitely check out the Facebook group. Yeah, for sure. Let's go back. Saying, question, what are you using to stream today? I forget. It looks so sleek and professional. And did you create these templates yourself? So I use Ecamm Live, and so this is the back end now that you're seeing. So this is how I have my screens set up. So if I want to go from, this to the desktop setting, then I have that. I also have other ones created for different stuff. Even when we get ready to go towards the end, I created, all this stuff using Canva. In addition to, it's just some basic overlays. It's not anything super complex. And then when I bring questions up, that's just over here in the chat box as well. And so I'm just using Ecamm Live. And so, like I said, the basic overlays that I've created are just things in Canva. It's just like I saw, got some inspiration from the live streaming pros live stream. I was like, okay, I like that being off to the side so you can still see that versus potentially covering up a part of the screen. And then took some inspiration from other people's live streams. So when I bring in other people, that's a different setup. And the camera that I used today is using the, which for the most part, this is going to be this camera. I don't think I'm going to move it. It's going to be A6400, and then this is the Sigma 16 millimeter lens, the f1.4. So if it's not the A6400 on a day, that's not been happening lately. It's just the A6600. Why do I use one versus the other? The A6400 is more or less going to be the go-to live streaming camera because it's not going to move from that spot. So it'll stay there. A6600 is my grab and go camera. So that moves around the office with me or whatever. I'm thinking about getting a second one, actually. But I don't have a need for it just yet. But that's what I use. All right. Let's see here. Question, can I use my snowball microphone with that? Saying, I know that. Listen, why do you have all the things I say very emphatic? Do not buy the garbage. I'm telling y'all, it's a waste of gosh darn money. Danielle, you banned. You're banned. Saying you're angel. You're banned. How dare you? You got a Panasonic G7. Then you come in here talking about the snowball microphone. Tell me something. I know. No. Okay, why? Secondly, let's go over to Amazon. So I mean, because most people don't know what it is. So let's do a little show and tell here. Y'all stop buying these Blue Yeti snowball garbagey microphones that are trash in a bag. They should never be purchased or used, period. These are these microphones. And for $50, you could get a way better sounding microphone. And I think this is USB only, if I recall correctly. So I need to look at this thing because I'm trying to exit out of my memory. But let's see here. I think it's USB only. Yeah, USB output or whatever. Hell. Oh, Danielle, this vexes me. How can I give advice on such a thing? I think it's USB only, if I recall correctly. So at that point, you're looking at doing something like I talked about in that audio video. But that don't have a microphone thing. So no, you're not hooking it into the camera. You need to just hook it into your computer since it's USB. So the camera stuff is going into the computer, and then the USB microphone is going into the computer. This is USB also. Sounds miles better. Costed $54. I don't know why you buy the things. I'm making a rule. Gosh darn it, I'm making a rule. You buy these Panasonic cameras, and you buy these snowballs like Danielle is doing. You're in timeout, as Doc puts people in his community. Timeout for you. Oh, I'm telling you. Just kidding. Hopefully that helps. Good to see you, the nurse and the nerd. Good to see you. Glad that you're back. Glad that you're here. Saying that's a great question. I have, why do y'all use this? No, pure revolt. Don't use those microphones. They sound horrific. And I'm sure you're saying, but I think they sound, because I'm telling you, it's the same reason why our mothers told us stop wearing a particular piece of item when you became of age, because you needed the replacement. And then you're like, no, mama, this is fine. You don't see yourselves. Okay, you don't hear it. When you get the better mic, I promise you, it'll sound so much better. So just trust me on this one. Get something better. But it's not about the microphone hooking into the camera, because that's a USB only. You need to hook it into your computer, and then you select it as the microphone. So, for example, let's say, whatever reason, you got this blue snowball thing. If you're in Ecamm, you'll see whatever microphone options. You're seeing Cam Link up here because my camera has clean HDMI out. If I switch to the Cam Link option, now you're hearing the audio of just the onboard microphone where it's too low in the camera. When I switch this to the built-in microphone option, you're now probably hearing a bunch of weirdo stuff and the headphones or whatever. And then, not that one. Then you switch it to the Bee's Knees Hall of Fame and you sound respectable, okay? But you pick your microphone from there. And that's for anything. If you're in Zoom, if you're in any, Skype or whatever, you just go and you pick the camera source. It'll say Cam Link or HDMI device or whatever, something like that. And then you'll pick your microphone, and you normally should see a USB microphone or the name of the actual brand of microphone that you're using. So it doesn't matter what that is. saying, goodness, me too. I'm tired. So happy to hear I'm not the only one. You know what? I just think it's like, it's December. It's the end of the year. I'm excited because my mind is already in 2021. I got my calendar, my journals, and all those things going, and stuff like that. And so, I don't know, like the whole Vlogmas thing is great, and at the same time, like, I'm tired. It's like it's like a little kid. He just like, mommy, I don't want to no more. I promise. Nap is good. Nap is good now. I'm ready to go. I promise. No more fuss out of me. Just, can we go now? And so I'm ready to, which I don't want to. I'm trying to embrace as we finish up and wrap up Vlogmas. But it's more like because I know I kind of don't need to do it. But the point of the content is not because I need it to. It's because I want to get this documentary style vlogging content out, have a home on the channel and a playlist. So that way I can go ahead come January, and especially when I give talks and workshops and stuff like that, and a lot of speaking engagement, this is a topic that honestly comes up a lot. And I do not want to have to refer them to somebody else's channel about questions and stuff. So I need to do it for that reason. And so it's just at a point where, you know, I'm kind of used to doing slower content because even though I've done these challenges several times before, it's still a lot because it requires me to, like, I could have batch produced the whole month. I don't want to. There are some levels of embracing the suck that even I need as well. And there are different levels for that. And there's always another level. So I'm willing to go through it because there's always growth and things that happen in addition to questions and clarity and things. So, and I didn't want to pre-record the whole month too because I wanted flexibility to change the topic. We get a question on a live stream and I'm like, that's a great video. Let's post that one tomorrow. I can do that. I got the flexibility to just, you know, say whatever versus I'm removed from it and I just uploaded 31 videos and just like, all right, those will post. It's kind of lame to me. So, Direct, good to see you. Glad that you are here. Oh, we got talking. All right, so let's see here. Oh, super chat from Danielle. Thank you, saying pair character lifting some weight, saying keep it up. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Danielle. Even though you bought a Panasonic G7 and you using a snow, we appreciate you here on Entree Woman TV. Thank you so much though for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Dan, you're so inspiring. Thank you. Oh, my pleasure. I do what I can out here in these streets. I just try to be, you know what, to be honest with you, I am just myself. You know, if you met me in person, this is what you get. You know, it's like, and it's not like, you know, it's like this is who I am. And I don't try to fake the funk for nobody because what's the benefit of that? If I wore a suit and tie in all these videos and stuff like that, and I chose not to be lazy in language, that's not me. And so you would never hear the white chocolate jokes. You would never hear the whatever. And for some people, they might prefer it. But guess what? I'm putting on a facade to appeal to a type of a person that I really don't even want to appeal to or even attract to the community. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I was thinking about building this channel and building a community, I wanted to grow and change myself into the who I'm seeing myself as forward in my business and things like that 10 years down the line and all of that. Yeah, I want to adjust for that version of myself. I don't want to lose myself because I'm trying to fake the funk and be whatever. So if I say I'm tired, I'm like, hey, y'all, hey, enough. Stream over. Y'all go be blessed now. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just me. It's just me. So I don't care the most professional streams I've ever done and talks that I've ever given, the most honoring positions that I've been put in this year. I am myself. And I've been asked to speak at some of the largest, you know what I'm saying, engagements and things like that because I am myself. And that resonates with people. So if I say I'm tired, it is what it is. I'm not trying to fake the funk for nobody. So I appreciate that, Betty, so much. Good to see you, James D. Buzzard in the house. Glad that you are here. Danielle is laughing, and y'all are laughing at her, all right? At her, saying, you cannot ban me. It's possible. Is that everybody... I want you right now, never have we ever on the channel, I want you to put the lock symbol emoji in the chat and for Danielle. All right. We need her to feel the pressure. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. So good to see you, Sammy. Glad that you're here. Saying, yes, it's only USB for the snow. Okay. Yeah. So that one. Danielle's laughing. Lola saying, I saw someone use it in one of their streams, and that was enough to convince me to start the snowball microphones. The Samson Q2 is a great mic. I have one. I wish I had bought more, Sammy. I really do. And now they run for like $80, $90, pandemic prices and whatnot. It was like it got down to $45, and I kept putting it on the community tab long before the pandemic and stuff. And I'm like, y'all keep asking me what mic I use. It dropped some more. Go grab one. I actually reached out to Samson and trying to get them, like, I talk about your microphone quite a bit. Can we work something out around these streets or give one away or whatever? But they were having a tough time at the moment, so maybe we can revisit that next year. So do you have downloadables with your equipment and, of course, affiliate links? So if you go to, what is it, Diana.link/gear. If you go to Diana.link/gear, let us put this on the screen, /gear. If you go here, then you will be able to see the gear that I use and the gear that I recommend. It's not necessarily in a downloadable guide, because I have like stuff like the live streaming guide or the Canon M50 guide. It's not about just like sharing, and those are not about me sharing what I use per se, but trying to help other people find what will work best for them. I feel really, really bad when I get emails from people that just say they bought something because they saw me using it, and it is absolutely the wrong gear for their use case. That's why I try to educate as much to get you the things that are going to work best for you, not just because I use something like this is a mic I love. And for some people, this is not a great microphone purchase for them for the kind of content that they're trying to create. So if you go to Diana.link/gear, then it'll tell you what my current setup is, my camera setup that I recommend, stuff that I recommend for smartphone content creation. If you're trying to get still going with the Canon M50, I actually need to change that to the Mark II at least for the M50 setup than that. But my current setup is a myriad of options and gears and things like that. And I'll just put these in save for later. Maybe the sidebar thing will go away. All right. Or maybe not. So, so I talk about the C-Dream adapter things. I talk about the cam link, lenses that y'all have probably heard me talk about on the live stream, but you haven't seen on the channel. I have the kit lens, all the stuff that I use, the Sony adapters, the Sigma 16mm, the 10 to 18mm lens, the shotgun microphone I use, these softbox light, like everything is in there for the whole shebang. So when I have people asking, even the lapel microphones or one of them that I use, this yellow way mic, it's like that's a great one because you not only get it set up for two people, you also get the splitters, you also get the extension cord, you also get the additional wind. Like you get a lot of things that you're going to eventually buy anyway. It's just best to go ahead and grab this one. Even if you got something like the one of those lapel kits or whatever, and you're trying to do like, this is get you straight cable wise and all that. Even if you don't like the microphones, it's fine. You have backups now in addition to all this other stuff. And so you go to Diana.link/merch. Not merch. I'm saying the wrong thing. Diana.link/gear. Then you'll be able to check that out specifically. So that's what I would say to that's my dear. Saying never mind description box. That too. That too. Danielle said I cannot. So the only thing it's not as strong as the SM7B. You know what? Every microphone that's close to you will not sound. It won't be bad. But when it comes to, and this is something that nobody really talks about. Everybody's voice is kind of different, and I do not buy based off of price point. I don't anymore, because when I first did, that's how you buy a bunch of dumb things that just are a waste of money. And now you're past the 30-day return period and nobody even will buy that cart back. And if they do, it's for pennies. So you lose a ton of money, which is why you end up keeping a bunch of stuff. And so everybody's voice is different. If I had a more high-pitched voice, then I would go and look at reviews, even just somebody doing an unboxing and their first impressions using the microphone. If we had a similar kind of voice, then I'm going to listen to that person talk, just talking to them. If they don't have to know anything about anything, they could even hook it up wrong. I just want to hear their voice in that microphone, because we are listening to people that have normally and naturally a studio low baritone bassy kind of voice. And if you look, like, their voice is hella low. Their voice is not going to sound the same as when I speak into the microphone, or if I have a friend whose voice is way up there, not way up there, but it's way higher than mine, and her normal speaking tone and her elevated speaking tone when she's excited or something sounds very different than my voice. And so if you're buying a microphone, it shouldn't be based on price alone. And if you are looking at price, go find somebody on YouTube that just like listen, do their voice kind of like sound kind of medium tone like mine or slightly lower. And it's like, okay, I want to listen to that person. Male or female, doesn't matter. Do they have a voice? Because there are some men with higher pitched tone voices, or they could be a teenager. And so their voice is in that higher register. So if you're buying a microphone, listen to somebody whose voice is similar to yours for the mic that you're looking at to see how you might sound. Because when I compare my voice on some microphones, I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me sound. When I heard my voice on this one, everybody else, I'm like, I'm sorry, I like this one. This is it, you know. So, let's see here. Saying love you, Dinah. Oh, don't come with the roses now, all right? Saying Vlogmas is fun, but it does take a toll on us for sure. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot, because here's the thing: there are options of quitting. There are options of quitting. And here's the biggest, most amazing thing. What it takes to keep going is the same level of energy that it takes to quit. It's the same. And for the people that consistently post to push through it, it's the same level of energy that it does to consistently do nothing. The energy expenditure is the same. We just put more effort into the thinking around it, because we're like, we'll spend like 12 minutes on just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Versus for me, I'm just like, the hell with it. Let's hit record. Like, I would rather do a retake because I record it like instantly. And that's something I learned for myself. If I feel myself getting into a point where I'm about to complain, I just need to go do it right now. Case in point, in preparation for content, hopefully for the rest of this month, and then moving into next year, and other content and expanding stuff, there are some additional, more expensive purchases that I need to make. One of those was the Rodecaster Pro, which B&H freaking oversold it. Now I gotta go find one, and nobody's freaking stores here. Not B&H, Best Buy, they have nothing, so I gotta find one online. Neither here nor there, but I was like, I thought for a minute, like, do I need to get this? I don't feel like that. I said, you know what? Let me suck it up. I had like 3 seconds of that. And I said, you know what? Whatever you're going to do eventually, you might as well do it right now. And I came in here and I purchased it. Now, what happened with the B&H purchase, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll get it from someplace else. I'm just trying to find someplace that can do the ship fast. And like I said, we're in holiday season stuff now, so it's kind of weird. I'm almost tempted to wait until after Christmas, but I'm trying to see if I can get one sometime next week. That'll come in by sometimes next week. But it's stuff like that. It's just like, whatever you're going to do eventually, you might as well do it now. At some point, you're going to do 31 videos. Don't matter how many months or weeks you span that out, but the experience that you're going to gain is the same, just at a slower rate. And it might be worse when you go slower. Because what I found in doing these 31-day challenges or month-long challenges early on in my journey, I learned a whole lot about myself, the way I present content, talking too much in a video, how well you do or do not do intros well, or close up a video or transition them to the next piece of content. There's a ton of learning that happens over that course of a month that you are learning and changing fast. Here's the benefit also with the nightly recaps that we do in the Let's Get Live community. Okay, reason why those are reviewed every night is so that you can make that change for tomorrow's video or within the next couple of videos, especially if you maybe record a couple. The people that are getting way better, I'm seeing people that it's like by year 2 of my creating content, somewhere thereabout, I'm seeing people like in their first month still like just blazing. It took a long time, you know what I'm saying, for me to get to where they're creating at now. Because and here's the thing, I ain't have nobody coaching me on the whatevers. I just was still trying to figure it out. I wasn't doing Vlogmas as a group or with other people, and wasn't nobody watching. So I had to figure it out. I had to train my eye, and I had to look. So even then it took longer. That's why I was encouraging so many people to hop in to do Vlogmas, because I'm like, you have help with seasoned, experienced creators and people that have far more subscribers than I do, people that have been on the platform longer than I have. And in addition to all of us giving of our time, I've done Final Cut Pro tutorials in there. Doc has done tutorials in there. You have other people like India pulling out the iPad and like, here's how you use LumaFusion. Here's how I'm editing. Like, we're giving so much of our time right now. It's pathetic. It's just like for the expense to us and time it costs, but it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, y'all do this now. It's like, we got Kathy's video up. Let's go to the Year of AP and Dangerously channel. And Kathy, I know you might be embarrassed by this, but welcome to YouTube, where evergreen content is forever. So I think we got past this one. Let's go here. Let's pause the music.
Oh my goodness. What should you be reading this summer? Hi, I'm Kathy Walker. This is the Year of APing Dangerously podcast. What book should you be reading?
B-roll. All right, B-roll.
Stick around. We're going to let you know just what educational leaders like
But
you.
I see some things, but let's go back, because I'm just showing you the growth. And I love Kathy's content.
Hey, it's Principal Walker, and in this video, I'm going to share a little bit with you.
See what a little bit of Vlogmas will do for you.
Something that you can make a part of your everyday. All coming up on this day in the Year of APing Dangerously.
And like, freaking, where's my applause at for the? Let me go right. Let's just a round of freaking applause, right? Amazing. So here's the thing, though. That's why I was saying, like, the fact that you have seasoned creators going in every single week to help with the content or to look it over, or, you posting the videos in there. And it's like, I caught off this last week or whatever with watching, but I try to watch everybody's video, as many as possible, like it, watch it all the way to the end, and leave a comment and get through it. And so Kathy usually posts hers early in the morning. And so I get a chance to probably see that most of the time early in the morning. And I start going through other people's content and stuff like that. And I can see the progression. Even if I don't have time to necessarily leave a comment or whatever, I'm still watching all the way to the end. And so it's like to have somebody to watch and like help you to grow your content and stuff like that. Even just the... because it's not as much as I can do, obviously, or would do with my clients, but you have a whole team of people, all of us incrementally giving up our time to really help you make significant changes. And like I said, you see significant changes. So y'all are doing a phenomenal job. I'm freaking proud of every last one of you. I really am. Saying hello, hope all is well. Good to see you, James. Glad that you are here. Dustin saying Dinah have a PP shame to send 30% to YouTube. What? You talking about the partnership program? Like the YouTube partner program? If that's what you mean? Because PP only stands for like the YouTube partner program in my mind, or Premiere Pro. So so let me know what you are talking about there. Saying your video and lighting quality is awesome. What camera are you using today? I use the same camera. It's the A6400 and the Sigma 16mm lens. Link is in the description. Even if I swap the camera bodies from the A6400 to A66, it's the same. And honestly, ISO is at 160. And as much as I talk about automatic white balance, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. Just lock it and make sure it's set properly for whatever it does select or something like that. And so I used automatic white balance today, and then you lock it, and that's it, so it's not going to fluctuate and stuff like that. Saying, who getting banned now? I was about to say Lola, but that's on Doc's channel. It was Danielle saying, I guess your next video is going to be why your snowball is lame. Thank you, Danielle. Let's all make a video, a vlogmas. No, I'm just kidding. I would do that for my buddy Alex Miner, because he's doing vlogmas also. But he he's a Panasonic guy as well. All this talk about why, Panasonic is, oh man, he got like 5 of them. Okay, he needed autofocus on the shoot for something. Then he was talking about the A6400. Yeah, I rented it. It's really good. I recommend it. I was like, yes, all those words back in your mouth. All those words. So I started to do a video, and I was like, I'm going to leave him alone. It was a long time ago, though, but I was like, I'm going to leave him alone. We'll let him have it. So, saying so true, this is the exact non-cookie cutter relationships advice we want to brand. So I'm telling you, do it. Hey there, Chocolate Twist Yoga, saying congratulations on hitting 10K, Queen. Looking forward to what's to come. Why, thank you so much, Callie. I appreciate that. I appreciate the super chat. I really do. Thank you so much. That's so heartwarming. Let's see here. What else we got going on in the chat? Saying, oh, that's y'all talking. Let's see here. Okay, I'm catching up. Saying why super sticker and super chat are not available to me. I'm not sure. Usually in the YouTube thing, I don't know if I could show that on my own channel. I don't think it might show for me because, let's go here, pause. Okay, I can see it. So when you go on YouTube and you're in the chat, on mobile, it's usually right over here to the right-hand side, but this is this money icon here, and you click that, and then you can do it. I don't know if it's like a restriction or something like that when it comes to, a country or something like that. I'm not sure. Sometimes it is an issue between YouTube and sometimes others, but I'm not sure. So hopefully not. All right. What's going on, Chris Williams? Good to see you. Glad that you are here. Saying you said the mic name wrong. I said the SM58. Oh, I thought sure, SM58. That's a good little microphone as well. It's like $50. Another industry standard type microphone. Like some of everybody has had one, or has one in stock. They do. It's just that's never a bad investment. Those things can take a beating. Saying hit the like button, y'all. Yes, thank you, Danielle. Trying to redeem yourself. I see what you're doing. That's all right. Saying you are killing me. Saying Sweetwater has good prices on audio gear. Oh, thank you, Dustin. Because I'm trying to. It's like one of those things where you are thinking to get something, and it's like only certain brands kind of come to mind at first, and you're trying to think like, I know I've seen this, wherever, you know what I'm saying? So thank you so much for that, Dustin. I really appreciate that. Saying so true. I never realized how much I talk. I have to cut out so much. And that is why doing Vlogmas, you learn, because it's like, yeah, we're going to encourage you. We're going to love on you. And at the same time, we're going to say, yeah, that intro's a little long. You might want to, okay, let's chop this up a bit. So here's something that you could do. And so it's not, I wouldn't say it's constructive criticism kind of a deal. It's just areas of growth. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's trying to criticize you. We're just pointing out areas of growth. Let's just go ahead and you change this tomorrow. You now fix something in a day that took us 8 months to figure out. Why isn't everybody leaving my video 8 seconds in? So I'm going to Sweetwater. So thanks, Dustin. I'm applying that real time. And I try to support local, try to support whatever, but they never have anything. And if they do, it's like an extra $150, $200 at times for like basic stuff. So I try to support or whatever, even like I get Sweetwater, it's not whatever, but I do look around for certain ones. So saying the 31 day is very easy for me because I made over 200 videos for YouTube and also did daily. Woo, Sammy, everybody, round of applause for freaking Sammy. Sammy, and here's the thing with your content though too, Sammy, you are naturally like kind of funny. Like it's something about you, man. It's like you got something, like whatever you do in the creating the content that you do, like just your normal self comes out good and funny. It's like you don't watch one of your videos and not kind of like laugh or smile or something. Just you're not even, I don't know if you're trying or if you're not. It seems like you're not trying for real as far as like to make us laugh or whatever. You just kind of doing you, and so that works. So whatever you're doing, man, is good. So Sammy, yeah, you the beast. saying, I like to scream, what's popping? I need to calm down. Not necessarily. Because here's the thing. Cardi B, which that's as much as I can tell you about her. Okay, I'm a nerd. I can tell you more about historical fiction authors than I can about the most popular musicians out. And I use that term a little loosely. So, but she says certain things, and it becomes something that people know, you know what I'm saying? And that becomes a part of her. So sometimes it's kind of like, no, it's not there. There is no template of who you are or who you should be. It's like, and that was one of the things I honestly thought about when I was coming to YouTube. It's like, do I have to have all this corny corporate music? I'm like, do I have to have all, you know what I'm saying? The little ukulele music that's corny as hell. Like, let me pull some of this stuff up. Let me tell y'all where I'm like, I think like maybe the first one, and then I eventually unlisted those. Let's go, because I'll sometimes pull music from Motion Array that I love to use, and they have categories. So when you go to corporate, this ain't so bad. That's not too bad. So now y'all want to give me the real horrible stuff. But it's just like something like this. It's not necessarily terrible, but slightly, you know what I'm saying? Just that corporate-y kind of thing. I'm like, golly, do I have to do that? Like, is that all that I can't actually pick a song that I really like? And so it's like, it's a lot of freedom in YouTube because it's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to be you. You don't have to worry about, I don't know. Like, you really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and here's the thing. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Y'all wouldn't be here if you didn't like something about me at some point, you know. Even if you just want to debate me on the white chocolate, dark chocolate thing. Because I think some of y'all get your kicks off about that, all right? So, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't be having the chat conversation going back and forth now. If, you know what I'm saying, if it's just like, all right, everyone, today we're going to be let's talk about microphones. I think the Blue Yeti is a fine option. I wouldn't choose it. It's like, no, that's not me. And if we ever did a meetup someplace or whatever, or even if there was an event and a lot of us were going and we did an Entree Woman TV, you know, channel meetup or whatever, you wouldn't see that. That's not me, you know? So I didn't want to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. And so just be you. You know, there are some things we refine. Let's get that straight. There are things that we refine about ourselves as we grow and as we improve. But there's a true essence of who you are to a certain extent. And that's something that I think is very important to maintain. I'm still a nerd. I still like white chocolate. I still love to read books. I still love to drink coffee. That's me. You know, that's who I am. I read books. I drink coffee. I love white chocolate, and I'm very nerdy. I love anime, and I love cartoons, kind of a deal. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I also might watch, something where they break down the internals and they talk about ohms and the radio frequencies of how this works. And I would thoroughly be as excited as the first episodes of The Walking Dead, you know? You know, because that's me. That's the nerd in me that loves those things. I'm not going to try to pretend like I know Cardi B songs. I'm not going to pretend like I know Beyonce songs and it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's not me. If one of my favorite authors walked in, I'd be like, stream is over. Oh, we out of here. But so there's an essence, is a amount of essence that's important, I think, to maintain on YouTube. Let's see here. So everybody's talking about massive improvement for Kathy, saying, wow. Yep, see? Telling y'all, man, just saying, wait, what? Said, yeah, huge difference. See, this is Doc, and India, who's not here right now, says you're way more emphatically just a New Yorker thing, I guess, or New Jersey. I have no idea. Listen, I can't keep up. But even then, I refuse to say it in the way that they say it. But you go to Doc's stream, totally different setup. Saying why when I walk away to do some principling, I get a surprise review. That's how we roll. Good afternoon, Digging Canuck. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Saying I started to change the time based on what vidIQ is telling me. Yeah, so that's the thing, like we talked about, adjusting the time of posting your content on YouTube so that you are getting the attention of the community that you're reaching out to. Because that's the reason why the live streams are at noon on a Friday, because on Fridays at noon, this is when most of y'all are here. And even for those that haven't been coming to the channel, or like when we first started it, we weren't doing Friday live like that at noon specifically. So when we go to audience, and even YouTube will show, and here's the other reason why I wanted y'all to do Vlogmas. There are some things that consistent posting opens up. Let's hurry up and get that content there by the month's end or halfway through now, like y'all are seeing, so we can get to this. A lot of stuff we talked about, Doc and I talked about Vlogmas, and even in the live streams that we do privately in the group. But here's the thing though, like really, really, really dig into like the whole learning what's happening, audience retention, and all of those things. And it's okay if your stuff for Vlogmas is sucking metric wise, because this is about internal personal growth and video content growth. So when come January, you want to have content that is actually like you want this to come up in search, knowing that you want to like what, I'm saying, all those different things. You can curate that content to do a specific job and have it do a job that's very, very good. So when we go over here to YouTube themselves will give you information in regards to the metrics. And so when it tells you like when your viewers are live on YouTube, they have this light section. They have this, light purple, and then you have the darker purple here, and then you have the very dark purple here. And so depending on the darkness of that shade, the darker it is, the more of your people that are online. So if you look, 11 a.m., y'all are on here. And so that's changed a little bit from noon, but I'm also posting a lot as well, which is probably, got people a little bit more, but it's still pretty much maintaining any other time that I've seen this, somewhere thereabout. So even if, I post after the fact, I know it's not going to get a lot because most of y'all ain't on, you're doing something else, right? You're not on YouTube. So that's what I was saying. Even YouTube and TubeBuddy will show you very similar things saying, hey, 11 o'clock, a couple of days difference. It's a good time to post a video. You want to go live stream, then that time will be different. So TubeBuddy will also show you that content as well. And things like that. So that's a good thing to look out for. So did you watch my last vlog, Diana? It's featuring your favorite. I will never watch your Vlogmas videos, Daniel. Just kidding. No, I haven't watched anybody's Vlogmas videos today. And even some of the ones yesterday. So I got a lot of catching up to do content-wise. So I will watch it. I don't know if I'm going to watch it now because you're using the Blue's freaking Snowball and Panasonic camera. What is the world coming to? No, I'm just kidding. I'll get a chance to look into it. PayPal. I don't know what you mean PayPal for what specifically, in regards to merch or something like that. It depends. And here's the thing, some fees and whatnot for what you use, to some extent, it's like there are some areas of that I really don't care about a whole bunch, because here's the reason why. I'm running a business. If I was just doing something to be doing something, fine. But there are some fees are eatable to me, because not edible, they're eatable. I know I'm going to eat those fees specifically. Could say edible, but no, I can eat those fees. It's not that big of a deal. It's part of the cost of doing business at times. And the other thing that I also consider is what is most easiest and comfortable for the whole of my community, versus sometimes different payment platforms or sources, you introduce them to something that they aren't familiar with, because financially it costs you less on the back end or the front end. And you're like, okay, well, use this one. And they're like, I ain't never seen this before. I've never heard of that before. And some people honestly just don't feel comfortable putting their card on your website. They make you think you're fine, but they still kind of feel like, So sometimes you got to eat those fees for the comfort of the community to get more traction and stuff like that, because people are easy to buy. So in understanding some of the aspects of how people prefer to do business, specifically as you learn your own community, I have no problem eating fees. That stuff, it doesn't even bother me. It doesn't even faze me. Chad B, good to see you, saying hello. Congrats on your 10K sub milestone. I want to thank you so much, Chad. Appreciate that. Tennyson, you said, I am with you. I don't know. What did I say? Saying, Diana, your mic is unavailable on Amazon. That's because they know you own that freaking snowball and they won't sell it to you. So it's fine. James, DM me. Like now. DM me how much you want for that. So yeah, tell me. And we'll talk. Saying, hello, rich girl. Sup? Thank you, Eric. I received that. I am rich in Jesus' name. Amen. And so, good to see you, Eric. Glad you're here. Yeah, James, DM me like today. Now, immediately. I'm looking at my phone. Leave the stream. DM me. Tell me how much. Saying he meant PayPal, but Dustin, truth is, if we keep trying to cut YouTube, who's going to pay their service so we can stream one? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, and okay, so that's the other aspect. When it comes to YouTube and the percentages and whatnot, YouTube does not pay my bills like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not waiting for YouTube's check, even though it's nice and it's constantly increasing. I am not waiting for YouTube. Let's just be real upfront about finances, about monetization on YouTube. Oh, not there. So partnerships did open up, but where am I? What was it? Analytics, I think it was. Yeah. So analytics. So this is what I'm looking at right now. And you can see the estimated revenue is sitting at $616.43 right now. And it'll give you all the other stuff and whatever else. So $600 a month. I don't know who's living off of that, but it ain't me. But is that nice and is a good income? Sure, I'll take it all day, every day of the week. But at the same time, 30% of that is not that big of a deal. Hell, I pay tithes already, in addition to you paying yourself and everything else. For me to upload as like all of this are signals of how much content that I've uploaded. Live stream, 5-hour freaking live streams. I'm never paying for that and stuff like that. And it's giving me the opportunity. I don't care. Take it. Not that big of a deal. Because it's just not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like if I'm penny pinching early on, I'm gonna have a bigger problem. Like, I got bigger problems. And I learned it from my mentor and Grant Cardone as well. It's like when you walk into your house and you get upset because your kids got the light on in a room that they're not in or whatever, y'all gonna run my light bill up. This, and a lot of us heard that growing up. But it's like, you hear that kind of stuff. I get it. But also, if the bathroom light being left on by accident throws you into a tizzy, you know what I'm saying, because you're looking at money like that, you have a way bigger problem than that bathroom light bulb. Like, literally, let's factor in the cost of a light bulb. You know what I'm saying? A single light fixture in the bathroom. If that is the reason why we're having, you know what I'm saying, then it's not that big of a deal. So I learned to eat costs and spend money up front to get what I need, which is why $1,000, I don't know, it's a little bit more than $1,000 camera, $400 lens, $200 lens, $800 lens, $600 lens. What else is back there? $400 lens, $200 lens. It don't matter. What do I need that I can make an investment up front? It's going to pay way better on the back end, or the access pays way better. So I never even think about how much is the fee or whatever in that regards. It doesn't even bother me. I don't even think twice about it. So I think will do fine with their ad money. I don't have that approach and I don't have that mindset. So I completely disagree with you on that one, brother. So yeah. Saying, you don't use the Sony, the ZV-1. So here's the deal. There are gear and camera gear that I will rent to see if it's going to work for me, because I do practice what I preach. And it's like, if it's something I would want, I don't even have nothing to do with it right now. What do you want me, like, top down shot of finger? It's like, this A6600 sitting right here and it's not even on. So it's like, I have to think of, if I buy something, what am I going to use it for? Not just wanting it. That was a want purchase. I'm like, I got to get it. Talking to my friends and I'm like, talk me out of this, because this is just me buying something because I really, really like it. And it's like, talked about it, sat on it if I'm in a purchasing state, depending on the situation, something like that, I'm going to take 48 hours to think about it. so I can get off the high of being excited about buying it. And I really want to think about this. Am I buying this because I want it? And sometimes that's okay. And it's just like, I don't care. I just want that thing. And it's cool. Or am I psyching myself out and being delusional? Like I need to have this, or it's going to do this for my business. And I know it's like, no. Rented the camera, tried it, went through that process, rented it a second time, did videos and stuff with it. And I'm like, I really like this camera, but this is just me wanting to have another camera and I don't have a need for it. I'm like, I don't need it. Past it. A6100, same deal. Another A6600 or A64. That's why I'm like, James, let me know what you're trying to get for. We'll see, But at the same time, it's like, but I know what I would use that camera for instantly versus a ZV-1, not necessarily. So what's the site link of your content creators group? Go to diana.link/FB community. I will put that in the chat. Golly, my throat. So dropping a link to the Facebook group. And then, so here's the deal. It's 2 groups. It's my group and then it's Doc's group. And so this is the Entree Woman TV community. I don't know what the chat is going to say because we be clowning. So this is the Entree Woman TV community. And then we also have the Let's Get Live. This is where the nightly recaps and stuff like that happens as well. So I'm going to drop that link to that. And so like last night they did a freaking Alicio, man. So like you can see Fulgen's in here testing out him and Lola. Like, so this is kind of stuff that's going on in the group. Testing out his stuff, shared it to the Ecamm Live community, and like Lola's testing out doing her green stream. And so they're chatting it up, having a good time, and just, working through some stuff. You got Chris in here showing out. No, just kidding. And so you got a bunch of good things in here. And so, again, like even them just sharing, like to get me to the push over 10K, just the heart and the spirit of the community. So a lot of good stuff going on there. So definitely join the groups for sure. Let's see here. I got to catch up to, goodness me, the chat. What is happening? Well, all right, here we go. I found it. Hey, Kimberly, good to see you. Saying congratulations on the 10K. Thanks for all the value that you share. My pleasure, Kimberly. Always glad to be of service. David saying, I have learned so much. I've got to work on my thumbnails. Vlogmas is a great time to do so. So just keep at it. And you can always go back and update old thumbnails as well as you kind of, change it up. Saying, have you ever used Z Sounds? Nope, don't even know what that is. Let me see what comes up in a quick Google search. I'm guessing that's the audio store. Z Sounds. Yeah, never heard of them before. So, yeah, music store. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them. I never heard of them, so no, sir, I have not. Saying LOL. Country music. Saying, Diana, your Wheel of Wonder has the most corny music. Oh, corny music, but we love it. That music is a joy to your soul, and y'all know it, all right? And if you aren't familiar with the Wheel of Wonder, if it's your first time here, allow me to increase. You hear this? Nice rocking music. That's all right. That is not what happens when we go over to the Wheel of Wonder. This is what you hear when we will do the 10K giveaway, which we have achieved now, and we need to schedule the 10K giveaway. So this is the best music you never heard before. If that did just, okay, don't make you want to shuffle around the house, I don't know what will. All right. I'm not kidding. That is just, if that don't bring a joy and a spark to your soul, I don't know what's wrong with you. And so when we play the Wheel of Wonder, we play said corny music, we go over to the wheel, and we say, Wheel of Wonder, spin, spin, spin. Tell us what it is that Lola might win if she picked the number that we guessed or whatever. And then it would say, oh, she got a 50% off discount to the Entree Woman TV merch store. So you got the round of applause. And then we would play again and all of those good things. So I'll update the wheel with all the good stuff on there. But this music, This is the best music in the world, and y'all know it. Shoot. So this is amazing. Okay, that's high quality stuff right there. But I picked that one out specifically because it just like all the feels on that one. It was so corny and so just like I said, oh yeah, that's it right there. That's a home run. That's a home run. Let's go through saying, hey, no picking up ukulele. My boy Jake got Grammys for that. Hey man, if you like it, I love it. Saying I am screaming. Saying because everyone else is already, be you because everyone else is already taken. Yep. Saying your vibe attracts your tribe. Hashtag shirtable. Indeed. Doc Rock plays the ukulele. We'll see. You never know. Let's go down here. I know I got a super chat came in. I think I need to find it. When I do a live stream with my Canon M50 and it go, nope. So if you're doing a live stream with your Canon M50, one, I wouldn't suggest using the capture card, but no, you can't record internally or anything. But if you're just trying to share that feed, trying to keep your streams under 30 minutes or something like that, then you should be fine. But otherwise, check out the playlist on the M50s on the channel if you're running into any further challenges with that, because there's tons of tutorials I've done on that. But no, you don't need to press record. It's just sharing the footage or whatever. So hold on, let me get to the super chat. Well, we got two of them, my bad. Super chat from Tana, so lit. Good to see you, saying hey queen. Thank you so much, Tana. Appreciate that super chat. Let's see here. Dustin saying $20 saying Merry Christmas. Well, thank you so much, Dustin. I appreciate that. From you giving from your home to mine, you as well as Tana. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Question saying any suggestions on when to consider trading in a camera for an upgrade before resellers remove them from their list or gear. Let me go back over here. They're no longer purchasing. I sat on my old camera too long and couldn't resell it. So most of y'all aren't going to be watching what happens in the camera industry, but I will tell you this. If you start seeing people post about rumors of a camera and you have one or two versions older than that specific model, you really want to consider, if you're still holding on to it at that point, get rid of it. And probably even before those videos come out, the camera stores and stuff like that are not buying it back. At that point, you're going to have to resort to selling that yourself. Facebook Marketplace is good. I always remember Sidney DeYoung's what he uses, or like where he goes for it, but I always forget what it's called. So let me pull up Sidney's thing, DeYoung's, and I get some of y'all are like, well, I don't know. Here's the deal: bundle your stuff. The key is going to be bundling. You do not want to get to a place. I'm just looking over here to find Sidney stuff. So I can find the link for what he's talking about, or find it wherever. It was someplace. I can't recall, but I'll try to find it real quick. But it's like you want to get to the point to where you're selling your stuff in a bundle. Never sell just the camera and then trying to sell the lens and then trying to sell like that. Is not the best way to maximize money, especially when you're getting to or maximize a return on selling that kind of stuff. Because when you're doing that, one, differences in the needs or the wants, whereas attracting the attention, because you're already going to lose some money. You're going to eat some of it, but you got the use out of it, so it's really not a loss. Okay? Camera bodies are never going to have a high resale value unless it's right after the camera maybe came out or something like that. It's still within that first year of the camera coming out. Resale value is high. Once you hit 2 years of that camera being old, and I'm saying old relatively, coming out, it's a little bit less. But the relevancy is dropping because other things have come out at least by then, or something new is coming out. So you're starting to get close to that 2-year mark, or you did hit that 2-year mark of having your camera. You knowing you probably are eventually going to want to resell, get rid of it now. Don't even think twice about it. Get rid of the lens, throw in the memory card. Even if you're like, well, I need the memory card, buy a new one. And here's why I'm saying this, because when somebody's looking to buy something, the more that they see with it, the more they start to fact, yeah, that's a little bit more than I was thinking to buy, but let me go ahead and do it. So understanding the psychology of selling, the market, and how people move when it comes to stuff like that, you should sell it as a bundle. At some point, you get to a point, it don't even matter. What you sell it for, financially, it's going to be a loss, especially if it's like 3 years or more or something like that. The best you can do is try to bundle it with some stuff, throw in an old tripod or something like that. And just trying to make a creator's bundle, That way people are more likely to buy it. And then at some points, once you get to the point something's so old, you do better to keep it, because you're not going to get the amount of money that it may be even worth in use to you at that point. So Sammy saying, I have a question. I made many videos on this channel and I don't see the time of posting. Well, if you have TubeBuddy, they should have that. So make sure you have the web extension installed. And then if you are signed into your channel on YouTube, you go over here to analytics, and then you go to the audience tab up here. So the first thing is going to be analytics, and then you want to go up here to the audience tab. And then when you scroll down, it'll say when your viewers are on YouTube. And then if you have the TubeBuddy installed, then you should see that in here as well. So especially if you've been posting regularly, like I know you have, Sammy, then you should be doing it. But that graph from YouTube can go away, probably TubeBuddy as well. But if you stop posting, and so I have some people that I'm doing channel reviews or I'm doing a consultation, and I'll look into their analytics and things like that. And we'll see that they went a month or two without posting, and now it's like your channel has just kind of flatlined a little bit. You're probably getting some residual views here or there or whatever. But without that consistent posting, it's just like, well, we kind of don't know what your people are doing or whatever, because you stop engaging with them, stop engaging with you. We don't know enough to give you more clear data on it. And it doesn't mean your channel can die if you don't post. It's just saying, like, we can't really provide that right now. Okay, you start posting consistently, even once per week, in a month's time frame, that graph will pop back up. So if you do see that, then that's fine. So let's see here. Where else we got? Saying I wasn't even using my Panasonic. You know what, Danielle? We've been talking about this for about a good 2 hours now. The thrill is gone. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. Do what you want to do. Okay, I just encourage and educate to help you amplify your business and brand using video. Whatever you choose to use is up to you. You know, I'm not gonna hold you. So I know. Oh, I meant that was when you're timing out. Oh yeah. Oh. Saying it takes money to make money. Facts. Yeah. Saying people confuse investing yourself with buying good gear with being lucky or wealthy. And you know what, Doc actually has a really good perspective in money and investing and things like that, especially on a bigger scale. One thing I honestly learned as well is in doing YouTube, building my channel, the longer it took for me to spend more money, the worse that things got for me. Because I'm constantly trying to force a stay. Oh, well, man, that's a lot. Da 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 da. I remember it was a program that cost $300 a month, and I was just like, man, I'm like, dang, 300 bones a month. And then eventually I start paying for this almost $500 a month. And I'm like, dang, $500 a month, you know, because you think like even $100 a month may sound like a lot. So let alone you jump that up to $500 a month or something like that. And you look at it and you like, okay, at some point it's like, do you need this? Yes or no? And if it's a yes, then it's like, just stop, just listen. Again, same thing I learned about even recorded content. Go ahead and do it. Whatever you're going to do eventually, you might as well do it now. There's no time or no comfort or whatever. And and sometimes things need to be taken. You need to take action on some things when you need to take action on it. There is no waiting or comfort or whatever. I don't care. It's like even back when I didn't have money, I would go get good. I don't recommend this. This is just my experience and my story. I would go get a payday loan. I got to the point I was getting so many. I knew the ladies in there. I knew when they had the snacks on the table on Friday. And get your little juice and some a muffin or some chips or whatever. I was in there on a regular. And I knew also to pay it off early so I didn't have as many days or whatever. But it's like I needed to get something. It's like, how can I make this work? Hell with it. I'm going to get a payday loan so I can go get it today. Start using it. Create a plan before it gets delivered in 2 days by Amazon. So I had that playlist ready to go. I'm like, okay, payday loans, like I schedule it in my calendar, get paid on this day, pay this back early, or the few dollars I was getting from YouTube at the time, or something I may have sold a product or service or something like that, usually. Something like that. This payment drops on this day, pay that payday loan back off. So it's paid off a week early. And so, you know what I'm saying? I made it work. Hustle to get the money. And I was like, at the time would work overtime. And I'm like, this sucks. What can I do? Or whatever. Screw it. Can I host something at the church and do this for the seniors? They give you the whatever love offering. And in addition to maybe go and have somebody hire you to do something like clean up their computer for $50. Whatever it took. Making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Borrowing the money. And actually paying it back. Or somebody gifting you something or whatever. And so a lot of that stuff I never talked about on the channel or in the process of growing, or I never complained about it. I just made it happen. Or if I had a live stream scheduled and the lights got cut off, then I'm like, well, I guess we're going to postpone that till tomorrow because I need to go get this taken care of today or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than anything else happening. So I just didn't trip off of it. I was like, you know what? Because again, my life experience growing up in a house, I'm the youngest of 6, grew up in a big family. My father was amazing. My mother was amazing. But things happen. I dealt with that when I was 19 as an adult. Learned to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can do this. I can make it work. So those investments paid off, not just financially, in relationship building and access to people. And that was like really the point of yesterday's video. Are the things that you're investing in providing you the access, and are you missing something because you refuse to spend the money on something? What made a connection for me to even get to a point to even be friends with Sean and Heather and Omar and Nolan, any of the Think Media family, to even get to be family with them, came when I didn't have the money in 2018. Stuff was starting to get rickety at work. I said, the hell with this. I'm going. I'm gonna rent me I got a rental car, had rented a guest house on the side of this mansion in a secluded neighborhood. So I didn't have to stay in the hotel, so I could go ahead and make sure that I didn't have to smell the cigarette smoke, because that bothers me. Like right now, having the post nasal drip or whatever, it's just making my throat sore. But that same kind of a feeling at the hotel, because cigarette smoke, it just bothers me. So I'm like, okay, I'm a hook. What do I need to do? You don't want to work your overtime? Can I work your overtime? You don't want to? Let me get your day. Ain't nobody stunting over working on a Saturday. Let me get your Saturday shift. Can I swap or whatever? Can I come in early? You need me to stay late? What do I need to do to make this work? Even when I was at the event, I remember I had got a call and they said, like, your car payment is late because the payment didn't go through. And I was just like, here's the other card, take this or whatever. It's just like, or it's like, I can handle it when I get back. And so it's just like, but I'm focused. So it didn't matter. When I got there, what was crazy was I met so many amazing people, but something interesting happened. When I got up there to meet Sean or whatever, because I texted Heather when I was on the way and let her know I made it in town or whatever. Got there, wound up doing the hosting, being able to help host the meetup in the whatever food court thing, because I had already been in communication with them, already been working with them, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and in their programs or whatever. Get there, get to finally, meet Sean one-to-one, pay for the VIP ticket as well. And when I got up there, Sean was like, you doing a Canadian 50 series? I had just started it then. He's like, that's so smart. He's like, that's so smart. He's like, I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, how you didn't even know who I am for real? You think like, so paying in advance, investing, making those sacrifices up front made it make sense to have access. I paid like $3,000 for a program I otherwise wouldn't have bought, because Sean and Heather said that they were going to do live coachings and trainings that were private. And I already know the attrition rate of how people behave and how long people show up. Mostly everybody's going to come for the first one. Mostly everybody's going to come for the second one. 3 through 8, everybody else is pretty much stagnant and it's going to die down, which means I get more access and attention from mentors. I'm all for it. I'll drop that $3,000 right now. Pay for access just to have access to them. And it was a benefit because the program was dope. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so I had learned to stop letting money. It's just like once I pay over $1,000 for something, then paying for $3,000 for something became easier. investing $5,000 and $10,000 in something, or even over the course of a year, is way easier, and it makes way more sense. So when you plan at the 30, 50, oh, I just want to keep it under 100, or I just want to keep it under 300, it's a bigger game at play when it comes to stuff like that. Danielle saying she loves that group. You're also being banned from the group. Saying, yes, congratulations on 10K. Well deserved. It's a beautiful thing. And thank you so much, Danielle. Saying, did you say you did a Final Cut Pro tutorial? Callie, we ain't even talking, because you in there. I said I had posted in the group that you could come early, or you could drop your questions if you can't make it, so you can watch the replay. For anybody that's there in the chat, if I'm covering a question that somebody had, then I would say tag this person in the chat. So when they see it in their notifications on Facebook, they'll see it come up. But I went through the breakdown for how to start the beginning of a video to maintain audience retention. I went through that. So it's still in there. So if y'all want to go and get that training or that information, you go to diana.link/FB community, which is also in the chat as well. But yes, I did. Good to see you, B Love, I in sync. Good to see you. Did I? The Wheel of Wonder. Yes, you did, Eric, and it was amazing, and you know it. Tana saying, LMAO at that music feels like I'm waiting on. Your whole music ain't never been that good. Call Charter Spectrum or Best Buy. They don't have hold music as good as the Wheel of Wonder music. Y'all tripping, all right? This is good stuff. It said, let's play. Oh, no, we need to schedule that. So it's like, so y'all know in advance. Saying OMG, it's like Animal Crossing. Say, no, Animal Crossing is like us. B-Love INC saying, congrats on the 10K. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Devin saying, why did I leave the room for a second? But I heard the... we did... Devin, you play too much. And I know you've been waiting to hear when we was gonna play so I could just imagine you in the other room, probably getting some water, and hear that music, because I did turn it up loud too. I'm sorry, Devin, it's not today. We are going to schedule it. Let's go ahead and put a date on the calendar now. My gosh. I didn't know this would offend some people if I didn't do it. Let's see. Let's put a date on the calendar, because next Friday is Christmas. I don't even know if I should do the live stream on. Are y'all gonna be doing stuff on Christmas, or are y'all gonna be on the? Let me know. Should we do it on Christmas? Because I could. Because to be honest with you, noon, I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna be at home. So, but that don't mean I want to do something like that. But I'll do the Wheel of Wonder at least. We can at least do it for like an hour, 30, 45 minutes or something like that. So we can do it on Christmas, or after that is New Year. So that's still in the daytime. It's not bad. And I know it'll probably be holiday sales. So it can either be January 1st or it could be Christmas. Or it could be the 8th or something like that, or maybe some other day. But Friday's just our regular live stream day. So I just want to keep that consistent. But we might do it on Christmas. We'll see. And then we can add some jingle bells to it, okay? You never have y'all ever heard some music, the hold music. Y'all, by humbug. All right, so let's see here. Let me catch up. Akram, good to see you. Glad that you are here. Saying, I got to go. Y'all, it was a beautiful live stream. Thank you so much, Diana. Everybody have a good day. You too, Danielle. Hope you have an amazing weekend and the rest of your day. Saying people love to buy bundles on eBay. Perfect point. Dustin makes an amazing point. I don't talk about selling on eBay a lot. I have, I think once, but it's definitely worth looking into. Learn the rules. Watch some videos and some warning videos of what not to do. Usually when you sell something on eBay, you will have, when they'll offer to buy it as soon as you post it. It'll be the biggest scam in the world. It's so stupid. They'll say, oh, I'll buy it from you for $100 more or $50 more than what you asking for, or I'll buy it right now. This will come in a message, and they'll say, but I broke my ankle and I can't get to my house. I'm stuck in my mama's house, and especially with the pandemic, can you just the address that's gonna show is not the same one. Can you send it to this other? No. That's all scam stuff. Don't even bother replying. Just delete it, block, report it. So if you do that, just do that. But that's a good way to do that. So you don't have to pay taxes on the resale either. So Dustin sounds more experienced in the eBay world in there. So I would definitely check that. Oh, we got a super chat from Sammy. Thank you so much. It says, sorry, we can't give any recommendations because YouTube does not have enough data. It should be there. It should post, but try TubeBuddy. Make sure you got the extension, browser extension installed, and you should see that come up in there as well, Sammy. So you should as well. Should at least. Saying, you can use Epoch Cam to turn your iPhone into a. And you know it's crazy. You say that. I have it on my daggone. I have the app on my phone. I just don't have one. I don't have my cable in here, and then two, I just didn't feel like it. Usually I'll put my phone cable in here just in case something comes up or whatever, but man, my throat it's just, oh my gosh, it's post nasal drip stuff. This been happening the last few years. I just don't have my Claritin, what's it, D, whatever this stuff is I usually have to get from the pharmacy. Saying true, YouTube is my business. I am always investing in that business, and even when it means skipping meals, so I wouldn't listen, Lola, let me tell you, it would be plenty of times I'm knowing it's like I wasn't living here, but it would be when I stayed at my other places before I started YouTube, or right before, until I'm getting the stuff to, start making it make sense, or even afterwards. It's legit, I would go to my mom's house. Mom, what you cooking? What are you making tonight? It's just like, or you just show up. I'm having dinner with y'all tonight, or whatever. She's like, here, take you something to eat tomorrow, and for you to have. Well, it's because that's never a big deal in our family, and so I wouldn't even think twice about it. And then too, it's just like, honestly, it's just like God blessing me and watching for me and caring for me. I go to work, I ain't have no money, especially you just bought something or whatever. You're trying to, again, making those forward investments, and it's just like somebody would just randomly offer, because they know I love nachos. Oh my gosh, nachos and like tacos or something like that. And so, the taco food truck is here today. Or they just come up there, here, I got your favorite. But I also would give. I'm a very giving person. So I would buy people lunches and stuff like that all the time anyway. And so it's just nice when those things would come back, especially on the day when you need it. You'd be like, ooh, thank you. And I know you like grape, or I know you like strawberry or whatever. Or here's a lemonade, that kind of stuff. And so it's just like, I don't know, giving and receiving is a huge thing. I'm a big giver. So it's nice when the receiving part of that comes back, because giving, the whole give and return concept, no matter what you believe, is giving and return. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get both. And so if you give a lot, when somebody's trying to give to you, receive it, because that's something that took me a long time to accept. And so it's just like the return on your giving is not complete until you have received. Edge Life, good to see you. Saying, quick question, how do you evergreen thin details for your videos so you don't have to retype? TubeBuddy. So, oh gosh, my throat. We're gonna have to kill the stream in a minute, because I'm just like, Lord. I said TubeBuddy, and then I'm just total blank. Let us go to TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy allows you a lot of different tools. You can set defaults and things like that, or canned responses, and all of those good things. So when you are uploading something, when you are creating something, you can have where you are already having that stuff kind of like pre-saved or loaded in a draft. So let's go over to TubeBuddy. So you install TubeBuddy extension. This is just one of the ways. So I go and I plan out my videos using SEO Studio. If I'm loading from a saved draft, like let's say this is one I'm talking about that I'm going to look into or whatever, it's a bunch of different defaults that I can save or apply and add based on that, or YouTube default description. I can add that in there. It's already been added, so whatever. But either way, that way you have defaults and stuff that you can do, apply, upload, default, or whatever. So it's like, that's one way. When you're going into TubeBuddy, you can save a draft, a lot of stuff like that. When it comes to using TubeBuddy effectively for what you're doing. Also, when you upload a video, when you're going to YouTube as well, TubeBuddy will give you certain defaults that are available, just like, do you want to use this? Would you like to use that? And so when you're doing that as well, let us also go find the other parts of TubeBuddy. But they have a lot of tutorials and stuff like that on their channel. But TubeBuddy is amazing when it comes to saving you time. And even when you need to, so like, here's another one. When you need to update a lot of stuff, this is the best right here. Find and replace. When I changed my Facebook page or whatever, and I would just put in like the whole HTTPS, whatever it was in the thing, or just copy and paste it. And I would say, replace that with X, ABC, whatever, all that stuff. Then it would go into find, either it can be case sensitive, specific, but usually I just would say search in the titles and descriptions. Most of the time that's the descriptions or whatever. So anywhere that I have put that, like they're showing, you need to update your link that you're using when it comes to affiliate links. They change the program or something, and it changes. Then it's just like, okay, find the one that it is currently and change it to this. This saves you so much freaking time. It's incredible. I use that a lot when it comes to changing stuff. It, like, TubeBuddy is, I just don't think it's valued enough. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Stuff like that, it'll change. Like, I remember it changed something like 100 something videos that I had the link for, let's say like the Ecamm Live affiliate. They switched from whoever they were using to who they're using now. And they was like, sorry, y'all got to update this. I'm like, ain't no shade on my, like, it ain't no problem. TubeBuddy, I'm like, hey, find all the links that say this, change them to this. They was like, okay, done. Going by my business, like, seriously, TubeBuddy is legit. So if you ever need to make bulk changes, you're ever trying to do something, you don't even need to hire somebody to do this. Just literally get TubeBuddy, and that will work a lot when you need to upload a default one. So if your description should be different for the live streams versus your recorded content, or let's do this business mindset wise, you have a playlist on, you're a woodworker or something like that. You own a shop or a store. Let's say you own Lowe's. You have one that's like on steel, cutting steel, and there's a playlist around that. There's a certain type of material or sheet metal that you use or whatever, a certain kind of drills that you use specific for metal. And then maybe in a series that you're doing, there is one that you use when it comes to wood. And so that playlist and the description of the link and the gear and equipment that you use should be different. That's when you can set up a default for TubeBuddy and say, hey, woodworking tutorials playlist. You can name it whatever you want. That way it uploads all those links, all that stuff by default. Then you can say, okay, now let's switch to all the stuff that's about steel. Let's do all the stuff that's about aluminum, blah, blah, blah. That's a fantastic way to use that in your business, even down to cameras. I'm talking about the Canon M50, maybe doing a tutorial. If I pick back up some Canon cameras and I'm like, fine, we'll reintroduce the ones with clean HDMI or whatever. It's a whole playlist of Canon camera content and stuff like that. I don't need to list the Sony stuff unless maybe I use that camera and I can say, this video is recorded with all these things, and here's the things I recommend. Then Sony, here's the things I recommend. So it's the same way. Great resource. Saying that is a crazy story. Say $3,000. Yeah, it's worth it. And then Doc saying as well, at your age it is, but adults should be able to swing this if they want to do it in business. And you know what? Honestly, for me personally, I never worry about, and I should, while I'm talking about TubeBuddy real quick, you go to tubebuddy.com/Diana, and I'll drop that. If y'all want to get TubeBuddy going for yourself, I highly recommend it. It's like a fantastic investment. But yeah, Doc was in there talking about, investing that much money. I think sometimes we get the misconception around, we'll call stuff that we just legit are spending money on as an investment, and it's not. So when we do hear that, it kind of gets a little bit of a meh, response. So that's the only thing. For me, something is a legit investment like this. If I had bought this is the Zoom H6. If I had bought this when I first started the channel, it would have been a waste of money. It would have been an expense, just like the Zoom H4 was. Because the use case and the purpose for why I was even trying to buy it then was not right. So that H4, for somebody else, is an investment. For me, it was a waste of money. And I couldn't see spending the money on getting this at the time. Okay, fast forward. Then I rented this one last year to test it out, same way I did with the cameras. Used it on the shoot. I said, this is brilliant. This is exactly what I need. Bought it. And I'm like, this is the perfect investment now. You know what I'm saying? Because it actually yields a return. And there's a plan for how it can yield a return that's effective and doable. So, saying people just need to drop in some random numbers for the Kathy, see, this is why. You dark chocolate lovers. Y'all are troublemakers. What's up, Bond? Good to see you. Congrats on the 10K. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that so much. Saying when everyone was losing jobs in May, I made $2,000. Freaking A, man. Good job, Sam. That's the thing. I learned so much from my mentors. It's insanity. It really is. There is anytime that something bad is happening. This is not to, because here's the thing. All the people that were laughing or had a smirk on their face or whatever, or said I was stupid when I quit and walked out or whatever the case is, or even before, laughed about how many subscribers you have or don't have or what you are doing. And it's just like, yeah, right. It's not going, so all of that. Before the pandemic hit, they got the announcement that this is probably 2 weeks or so before, 2-3 weeks before, it's like mass effect everywhere. They got the announcement at the job, because I would get text messages from friends about, man, you won't believe, and whatever. And it was like, so everybody's losing their job at the end of the year. They closing the bank and they're selling it off. So how are you making money on YouTube again? Not even joking. DMs. Man, it's really great what you're doing. It's like, man, it's amazing. I can see you growing, you're traveling, doing a great thing. Like, so I'm thinking about doing this now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now again, I got to check my spirit at that point, because I'm like, ain't always been such a good Christian woman. And even some days it's questionable. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, you want to go with that whole keep that same energy approach, right? At those moments, right? But I don't do that. I am giving. It don't even matter. And I forgive people of the whatever. I remember I buy people lunch, talk bad about me because they think I'm going for a job promotion or something. It would be some competition. So they trying to discredit me so that they could get, look more favorable. I care nothing. I'm not even applying. And even if I was, it wouldn't matter. So learning to forgive is, it questions my hoodness in me sometimes, but is worth it, because it's like, again, and that's just part of, again, like I was sharing with, when we were talking earlier with Danielle, and there's like some things about your old self you will refine over time, because it's just not worth keeping some older versions of yourself that don't serve you. It serves nothing, so stuff like that. That's why I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that person in that way. So when that stuff came in and that stuff happened to them, unfortunately, how can I help you? What do you need? Here's this resource. You can go here. Here's a creator I think will be able to help you. Here's somebody I saw that's doing this, or whatever, that I think they would be great resource for you to learn from. Have at it, So, it's like, yeah, everybody losing their jobs. You got if something is being lost, something is always being gained. And every time there's a problem, there's always going to be a solution. So kudos to you, Sammy. That's what I'm talking about. Saying you have passed the 2-hour mark, so you can dip out at any time now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining the stream. You show right, Doc. Shoot, we had 2.5. Shoot, it was about to come to a close. So I'm getting close to the end. Saying we be doing reviews in the Facebook community for Vlogmas this weekend. No, that is Kelly and India, and maybe some other people in the group. So no, ma'am. That ladies' night, the women creators doing the whole weekend, that, my dear, would be India and Kelly that I'm aware of right now. So if I pop in on any of those, I got about 15 minutes before I fall asleep, just because I legit be that tired. So, and hope you're doing the weekend show. No, see, It's almost the Mac Day. It's like, no, that is not me. But we'll see. We'll see. Exactly. Long-term investment, the same, and the same energy you put, I always come back. See, I'm a big giver too. Yep. Saying, Doc, you already know. To wrap it up, Liz rest. Oh, hey, Alan, good to see you. Hi, everyone. Just home, loving Vlogmas videos. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Glad to be of service, even though they're coming out every single day. So I know that can be overwhelming for some, so I get it. But good to see you, Alan. Glad that you are here. Saying, awesome. I have TubeBuddy. Just didn't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to drop some TubeBuddy videos on that. That's something I could, drive into the series of content. So let's see here. And then the old Jester, good to see you. Glad that you are here. I love that thumbnail. Saying, congrats 10K. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And with that, my good friends, we have reached the end of the stream because that was the last comment. And as you all know, once we get to the end, it's a wrap. I am not waiting because the last time it was 5 hours. And we ain't out here in those streets like that on purpose. But y'all live with passion. Have a fantastic weekend. Be safe. Eat something you love and enjoy that'll put a smile on your face, or think about the Wheel of Wonder music. But with that, guys, live with passion. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.